Just for fun.
Anyway, last time you went back to that cave, and you found out that Jaina, for whatever reason, was there before you, and when you got there, she was dead, but not quite entirely dead.
Otherwise known
You
as
ended up-
undead.
Yeah, you ended up having a bit of a scrape with her, which greatly upset Priscilla, who she seemed to recognize. And
I will kill the fucking undead bitch.
after dealing with her, you proceeded further into the cave and found out that somebody had found the body of an old dragon and was bringing them back. Unable to stop them, you made your way back to Delhi. And that is where we left off. Just as you were entering Delhi.
Plus, I almost died.
Oh, yeah. Right. You almost died.
Yeah, someone had the
most of us don't know that.
That was.
Someone thought it would be brilliant to jump off a cliff.
That was.
Asen DM was not clear about the freaking height.
I was very clear about the height. I said it was 60 feet up.
Yeah, I understood that.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first things he said about the ledge when we got up there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I don't know how you missed it, but
That was uncomfortably close. I've never panicked so hard as yet.
Like, quick, through the potion!
Yeah, I was like, no, fuck the roll. Just you know it. Just you find it.
Screw the rules. I activate monster aboard.
So, what are you all doing as you enter Delhi once again?
Maybe we should unpause
Boy,
the
where to
game.
begin?
Sorry, what was that? There were two of you talking at the same time and neither of you finished your sentence.
Maybe you should unpause the game first.
Good point. I don't know why it was still paused. I thought I pressed the space button.
About what time is it?
Good question.
I would say it's probably around 11 a.m.
Be right back. My
So,
PC's a
quite noon.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what did you say, Rosie?
She said she'd be right back.
Oh, okay.
I think she's getting a drink or something.
I'm prepared. I have a mini fridge with 4 cans of Dr. Pepper inside.
Here we go. Okay, suggestions? Well, what?
As I said, where to begin?
Here's my suggestion, Emmy. Get a mini fridge. It'll make things more convenient for you.
Well, I know, like, 3 of us have reports that we need to write. Probably with, swiftness.
Well, as far as I remember,
Yes.
sorry, Varus had already written and sent a letter, and I think it was either
I also did
okay,
that.
so it was you. I wasn't sure if it was you or Olivine.
Al hasn't reported anything yet because she hasn't found anything yet. But well, now we did.
All right.
Hyde's currently studying her. Is kind of off to the side, studying her book.
Okay.
Everyone does want to get back to his
No, I think people are just welcome.
So to give an in-person report on all the shit that happened. Because this is no out of his league.
Yep. All mine is in the same boat. Time to go report. This isn't a letter report. This is a debrief report.
Hey.
Okay, so who's got the teleport? Oh.
Yeah.
None of us have teleport.
Nope. So what are you doing? Are you just gonna head out of town? Or are you gonna head back to the inn? Where are you going? What are you doing?
Well, there's one. Unless we still want to investigate, like, the mayor's area, I don't see anything else for us here.
We should probably try to find where Jayla's
Eleven.
body went off to, if anybody here in town knows. But other than that, sorry, what about Varys?
He's gonna go eat lunch.
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. We could probably use a bit of food after that run.
Yeah.
We may have burned a few calories getting out of that cave.
Yeah, a few.
Only just double timing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you head back to the inn. And
Priscilla
hang
will not dine with the others. She will head upstairs with her key and go to sleep. Try and get a long rest.
okay. Yeah. You head back to the inn. You notice that the normal innkeep, or at least the normal person that you've seen, is not there at the moment. It's being run by somebody else currently.
Oh, interesting. Who is this person? What do they look like?
It is a human man with kind of scraggly dark brown hair and pale-ish green eyes, bit of stubble going on. You haven't met him before, so he's unfamiliar to you.
He's new.
He's new.
Oh,
I
mine's
swear to God.
curious.
Swear to God, if you're going with this where I think you are, I will fucking strangle you.
Okay.
Anyway.
Olivine will approach the guy. Can I give him a look up and down? Where'd the other innkeep lady go off to?
Let me double check.
Priscilla will,
Yep.
in fact, go and talk to him as well.
Okay. As you approach,
Nice
you notice
lady.
he does look a little he looks a little out of his element. He's like, Leela, I think I last saw her heading toward the mayor's place. I don't know.
Insight check.
Yeah, I got an inside check.
Go for it. Go for it.
You're
Sure,
acting a
why
little
not?
weird there, buddy.
Shit.
Insigned.
Alright, what do we got here? there.
Is somebody roll die?
Let's see. What do you Okay. This guy looks, like I said, this guy looks like he's a little bit out of his element. You don't think he's like lying or anything.
So you're just not used to this?
Yeah, you can assume that either he's probably just not used to having to do this.
So possibly like just suddenly, hey, you take care of this.
Yeah, it seems like that'd probably be what's happened.
Well, she left in a hurry then.
Is there anything
Interesting.
else interesting about this guy in terms of his apparel or otherwise?
Not really. He just looks like a normal dude.
Just some dude that's been like dumped a job and he's like, okay.
Shit. Yeah, exactly.
I think I get it.
What does he appear to be doing, by the way?
Well, he's trying to cut it. He's like kind of looking around, almost like he's looking for something, like he's not entirely familiar with the area and where things are and stuff like that.
Priscilla asks him, "Are you looking for a certain drink?"
Oh shit! And he fucking runs around the counter and out, like through the door into the back where the kitchen is.
Olive decides maybe she'll wait on lunch.
Yeah.
I just gives Priscilla a bit of a look.
Yeah, I'll just kind of walk back
Yeah.
towards the door. On second thought, maybe I'm not really hungry right now.
I'm going to sleep. And Priscilla leaves for the stairway.
Okay.
All right, to go to the mayor and get my ass kicked, or not to go to the mayor and not get my ass kicked.
Maybe if you're really nice, nobody will bother you.
By the way, Einar, did you catch what I said? Like, what did you hear me say? Like when I addressed the barkeep, the
Where'd
man.
the nice lady go?
No,
No?
I said that. Are you looking for a specific drink?
Oh, yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
I think you reminded him of something.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much what I was trying to get across. That you reminded
Ah,
him of
okay.
something.
Okay, that was
Oh, yeah,
my
drink.
my
Wait, food.
that was my
Oh.
my misinterpret
You're
that
good.
word then.
Misinterpretation.
Yeah, you're good.
Uh,
You're good.
Misinterpretation.
Okay,
Words are hard.
this is okay.
Well, Olivine is going to make her way back up to the church and see if somebody passed by with Jayla's body by chance.
Hyde's curious, so she will follow. At a distance.
Alrighty.
Olivine will let the others know that that's what she's doing.
All right.
And Abernamon will go too, cause well, not taking any, not in the mood for food poisoning after this.
Yeah, pass on the burnt food.
Yeah.
That's right. I still have
Anyway, you head over to the church.
Ha!
Oh, you're okay. Oh, okay. You're trying. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good hide. Pretty good hide.
What happened?
Hyde is literally hiding from you as she tails you. Hyde hides or hide. Exactly. She's just, he's gone.
Sticking to the shadows, she's watching the
Yeah, sticking to the shadows in the middle
Oh,
of the
cool.
day.
Arrow keys moved it.
Yeah, the arrow keys will move it as well. Anyway, you get to the church. It seems pretty quiet around this time. You head in, and you inquire about Jaina's about Jaina, if anybody had brought her a buy or anything like that.
Yeah, inform them of her untimely demise.
The individual that greets you is a younger, possibly teenage-looking kid. Blonde hair, light, kind of pale blue eyes. He's he walks up to you and you tell him. He's like, "Oh, well, nobody's brought anybody by or anything.
It's very strange. Her body just sort of vanished. It's a little concerning. We had hoped that maybe somebody had found it and then brought it here, but that appears not to be the case.
No, we haven't heard. At least I haven't, unless the priestess has. I can go and ask her if you'd like."
That would be appreciated if you don't mind.
He gives a kind of a polite bow and he excuses himself. He comes back out with her, and she seems a bit concerned as well. Little fuck. Where was his name? There's
Little kid guy.
little Jackson here informed me that Jaina has passed.
Yes, she was unfortunate when she encountered some undead in the cave that we had explored. yesterday,
I'm
and it looked that she had succumbed to her wounds, and very recently turned by the time that we had found her.
Yeah.
oh dear.
Although we were able to put her back to rest, and we had planned to return her body here, to her home when we were finished with exploring the cave. But on our way out, we found the body mysteriously missing, and it did not appear as if it was dragged or anything like maybe an animal. It just was gone. It's very alarming almost.
That is. I wish I could say I knew, but nobody here has said anything.
Well, we appreciate the information. We'll ask around more if anybody might know. And if not, well, it's unfortunate whatever happened to her.
Yes, I will have to inform. I will have to inform the mayor. Perhaps we could still hold a wake of some kind.
I imagine she would appreciate that.
Thank you for this
Mostly.
information.
Of course.
Wow.
We'll be on our way then. You have a good day.
You as well. And she walks away back into the back, kind of talking to the kid and stuff like that.
Well, now what?
Hmm.
Owen says, looking back to the other.
I'll be heading out for the capital shortly. Is anybody else moving that way?
Yes.
I would presume so. It presumes so. Well, here, wonder if the mayor might know anything.
Can't hurt. It's the last lead we have. And if we don't find anything, I suppose then we'll be heading out.
Hmm.
Not much else to do or look into around here. At least not that we already haven't.
Do we want to leave in the morning or?
How far away is the capital from here? Like
About
rough
2
travel.
At a normal pace, about 2 weeks. On
Ugh.
foot. Yeah, you're a ways away.
Yeah, that might be a good idea to start fresh in the morning travel.
Yeah.
Have ourselves a rest, resupply, and be ready for the road.
Alrighty.
Question.
Yes.
I know the smith was over here, but was there a leather worker?
There's a leather worker. Leather worker's right there. Sorry, I clicked and dragged. Yes, that is the leather worker.
I'm gonna go there.
All right. Where's everyone else headed?
Well, might just figure might as well check out the last lead while can.
Okay.
All Lion shall join. Abba Nabba Dabba Dabba.
Abadam
Do.
wrong.
Yeah,
Abadam
you're gonna head
wrong.
over to the. You'll head over to the mayor's. All right.
And Priscilla, who can't sleep, will, due to everything that's happened, Priscilla, who can't sleep, about after 20 minutes rolling in bed and is just clawing the floor and bedsheets and whatnot in unease, will head to church with the only lead that is essentially keeping her awake, the string. And she goes and asks if any of the holy people there would know anything about it.
What is Hyde doing?
Hyde's continuing to trail the anti-supernatural crowd.
Okay. Alrighty, so you're following them. All right, so we'll start with the what you were probably just looking to sell stuff at the the leather worker. Okay. All right. So I will work that up while I sit here and deal with Olivine and okay, so you approach the mayor's house, and as you kind of come over the hill that leads to it, anti-supernatural crowd. That show wasn't that good, but I didn't.
Oh, you're not
But
wrong.
you don't. There is nobody outside of the mayor's manor.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, those guards are gone.
The heck was the house
Well,
again?
Well, why would the mayor's guards be gone?
Oh,
You'd
no
think
way.
that they'd always be stationed here unless they were needed somewhere
There you
else.
I'm gonna send my Raven off to scout just around the entire building.
All of I noticing him doing that, we'll just wait until he gets some result.
You have your thing go around, and it doesn't notice anything unusual.
Well,
Everything is like
alright.
nothing looks out of like it doesn't look like there's anything particularly out of place.
There's
All the
nothing.
windows, huh?
Just relaying that in there.
Okay,
Never mind.
gotcha. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's. I mean, you can't really see too well inside because the windows are closed and the curtains are, kind of drawn. So
From what I gathered, there's nothing out of place on the outside, so
Well then, shall we take a look on the inside and see if anyone's home?
well, that's the only option.
From my vantage point, do I see anything in particular with to the house?
nothing unusual.
Okay.
I wonder why all the windows are closed and curtained up in like around noon. It's a little unusual.
Hmm.
All right.
About how warm is it outside? Is it like fair weather, kind of hot, kind of cool?
It's actually give me just a moment. I have a thing for this.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Itchy elbow. Itchy elbow.
Nope. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Right now it's probably around 70-ish degrees, maybe a little over.
So it's a
it's
nice
not-
day outside.
Yeah, it's a nice day. out.
Boiling.
A few clouds in the sky, but nothing. Not like it's raining or anything.
It's a beautiful day, and all the windows are closed and curtained up.
Hmm.
So you knock on the door.
Yeah, and with my Raven back on my shoulder at this point.
Okay. You knock on the door, and it's a few moments before anybody answers or anything like that. And when the door opens, you are greeted by a familiar face, Stinky. Oh well, hello.
As they're
Oh, so
dealing
this is
with
where you
the,
are.
as they're at the front gates, I would like to try to sneak around to the backside of it.
Sure, roll. What's that word? Sneak. Roll stealth.
With
Roll
advantage
speed.
because inspiration.
Okay, go for it.
Get your sneak on.
Ooh, good.
Sneak 100.
All right, so you sit there, and you sneakily make your way up the hill, and as you sit there and as you kind of sneak by, she sits there and she kind of like she lifts her head up a little bit, and she looks over you, Olivine. She's like, oh, and there's that cute little bird again. Hello, dear.
Hands up.
Impressive.
She got really good on her perception roll.
Why would she make a perception roll? That's what I'm wondering.
Because she has a high passive.
That's a
This-
fucking high passive. Who is this woman?
We've established
in-
that. We established that.
This Innkeep and Aurelia are on a very fucking thin ice right
Inside
now. in
check.
my-
Inside
What?
check.
I'm gonna
Right.
insight check
What
this
are you
thing.
trying to inside?
Her expression when she
Natural
said
20.
that, like
She
her
looks
facial
like
expression.
she like at first she's just like as what you wouldn't have necessarily what's like Abenamran would have noticed because his passive's like 18 when his raven's on his shoulder. But you wouldn't have noticed necessarily, yeah, especially not with those rules. You wouldn't have noticed Hyde. You would have just noticed her kind of look up over her shoulder, like kind of like stand up a bit straight, like almost like kind of craning her neck, and like her eyes kind of like make kind of a bit of a surprise face. She looked kind of genuinely happy to see her.
Not surprised, but happy.
Yeah, just
So
kind of like,
she effortlessly sees the bird and is happy to see them. What?
she's a blackbird in the middle of the day. I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair, that is a little obvious.
But yeah, she's just like cranes her neck, like to look, and she looks kind of surprised. And then she sits there, and as she starts to say, "Oh, hello there," she gives a warm smile.
Hyde just steals up, lifts arms a bit up.
Well, so what are you doing here?
We were to inquire if the mayor happens to be here and available.
Oh no, he's gone.
Really?
Yes, I sent him on his way earlier this morning.
On his way to where?
The capital.
Then what
Yes.
are you doing here?
I believe perhaps you should come inside.
Okay, I'm gonna inside check that and see what.
I'm inside so I can kill you here without anyone seeing.
Aggressive Johnny.
And I don't trust
I'm
that
so
either.
skeptical of this chick.
Yeah.
I've been skeptical of her from the beginning. It's just getting worse.
Go ahead, roll insight. Who are you to command the mayor? Like, okay, she reads that. She does not seem to have any hostile intent. It's more just what she wants to talk. It seems like she wants to talk to you, but she doesn't entirely feel comfortable speaking about it in the open.
Yeah, she
In
doesn't
that
feel
case,
comfortable
it's
that she's.
probably a big deal. Alvina will look up to her, nod. Very well.
So
And she will follow her inside.
you follow her
Very
inside.
carefully.
Myself
you
as well.
carefully. Yep. Okay, you three carefully follow her inside.
Immediate perception
also-
check, please.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Roll
Yeah,
perception.
dude. I don't trust this bitch.
Yeah, I don't trust either.
Natural
Uh,
20.
Nice shit.
The inspiration, remember?
Yep.
How many pelts did you have? 6 pelts.
Well, that's an 11.
Okay. So, Hyde, what you notice is this place looks, compared to every other place you've been to in this little village, this place looks by far way fancier. Clearly, whoever this guy, whoever the mayor was, or whatever, or whoever built and stocked this place had quite a bit of money.
Well, we know where the tax money goes.
Alright.
But you don't like you can see like rows of books. A lot of the furniture is pretty is very high quality for around here. Stuff like that. It looks almost like a lower end, like almost what you can consider like a lower end noble's place.
And I don't see
So it is a
anything,
nice pad.
It's a nice place.
and I don't see anything unusual suggesting, for example, something being moved about in a hurry. Things being there that shouldn't be there, things not being there that should be there. You know?
Not really. No.
Okay.
The only thing you notice that's kind of out of place is as she's leading you, in, to a different part of the house, is that one of the. Well, no, that would be on the 6th floor. So, yeah, no, you don't notice anything particularly off about the place, other than like just how, like the juxtaposition between like the quality and level of this place compared to every other place you've seen.
All right, so I guess we just follow her then.
She leads you back to what looks to more like a office, pretty much. As she does, she kind of like moves into the room. Would any of you like something to drink?
Fine.
No, thank you. I'm fine.
All right. What about you, little bird? Would you like some water?
Shakes her head.
Okay. So, no to. All right. Well, now that we have a bit more privacy, tell me, what exactly did you find out at that little cave you went exploring?
Is there something we were supposed to find or not
I-
supposed to find? Olivine kind of raises an eyebrow at her.
She looks a little confused. I don't know. Was there?
I mean, insight check that. See
Yeah,
if
good
she's
luck.
lying.
Yeah, good
Alright.
luck against her level 20 mods.
Hey.
Not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay.
This is great. It's just
Oh, the
most
fucking
suspicious
the
ink.
complete opposites.
Nope.
Complete opposites.
I'm gonna try that
Um,
again.
Abanamran.
Natural 14.
Okay, Abanamran and Hyde. You don't. She doesn't seem like she's lying. She seems genuinely confused.
Okay, but
Like that's like you just asked her a pretty weird question.
however, is there a hint of anticipation or something, or just idle curiosity?
She seems genuinely interested in knowing what happened. And she's confused as to why you were why you would ask her why Olivine asked her that in the way she did.
Olivine kind of clears her throat and shakes her head.
Right. So
Sorry, it's what we found was a little, well, more than a little concerning. So I was just checking if maybe you might have known something more about it and not saying anything. My apologies.
Oh no,
know
it's
something
fine.
more about it.
But if it's something that serious,
It
tell
is.
me tell me those other two that were with you, the strange scarred man and that lovely little cat, are they with you?
What do you
We went.
mean by with us?
Are you like a group?
Well, we've only recently met up when we came here in town. Common goal and all that.
Ah,
But prior to that, I don't believe any of us have met.
Not to my recollection, we haven't.
hmm.
But yes, as far as what we found in there, is the first thing we encountered was unfortunately.
She holds a hand up to kind of stop you. Not to be rude, but I think that maybe the other two should be here. There's things that you should know if this is as dire as you say it is. Would you mind going and fetching them by any chance?
Things
don't
you
Very
should
know.
well.
know.
We can always pass on the information. It's not a big. It's not a bit. It's nothing unusual for us.
Hyde repeats back in the innkeep's advice, things you should know.
All right. Well,
Yes, we will relay any information, as this is important.
all right. Well, you seem like a trustworthy little group, so I suppose I could trust you to do that.
Similar lines of work and all.
Okay. So just for now, we're gonna kind of switch over to fiber here. You head to the just for before the reveal. You go to the church, and
Yep.
it's quiet. There's like a couple of people just kind of walking around. Looks like they're cleaning the pews, stuff like that. One of them approaches you. It's kind of a older dude, got like he's kind of balding, got some gray hairs. Oh, hello.
Hey, it's me. I'm talking to myself. Let's see. Uh, do you she has the crystal. She has the frick.
It's strange.
String and her crystal that she felt emanate. I believe we should warm light last
Mhm.
session.
Mhm.
In her hands, it kind of like got them cupped in front of her. And she's like fidgeting around with her paws. Like,
Is something wrong?
uh, it's and any. I would like spiritual help and knowledge.
Oh, please come sit down. He kind of lead you to the front of all the pews, and he has you sit down.
Okay.
Just a moment. I'll go get the priestess. He's gone for a couple of minutes, and he brings back the priestess. Oh, busy day. Hello, miss. Mr. Dawson here tells me that you were looking for spiritual help.
Guidance.
Oh, guidance, of course.
Um,
How can I
yes.
help?
Um, I lost a friend earlier today,
Oh,
and
dear.
there, can you tell me if there is anything weird about these two items?
And she extends her arms.
Okay.
Give the so that the string is laying on top of the gemstone.
Uh, she sits there and she grabs each one of them. Grabs a string, grabs a stone. She takes a look at the string first.
The
And
gemstone. Gemstone
then
is mine, but that string is the only thing I have left of her.
Well, this I'm not really sure what this string is. It appears to just be normal, as far as I can tell. And she kind of hands that back to you. And she sits there and she takes a bit of a closer look at the gemstone. This gemstone is a little strange. I can't say I'm familiar with it. It feels rather warm. And she sits there and she kind of like sits down next to you, like hands it back to you, and she kind of points, like she points at it, but you could tell she's kind of like pointing at the center of it. You notice a very faint like spot of light in the center of it.
White or light? W or
Light.
L?
Light.
L.
As
Okay.
in, I can't say I've ever seen anything like this before.
Uh.
It certainly is unique.
I haven't either. On my when I was performing off to the further off to the west, many months ago, this was given to me as a reward, I suppose. I think, but I went to a cave up north of this town, and that's where we found my friend Jayla was.
Oh. Oh dear.
She was all weird and odd, and there was some evil person and magic and
She,
and
she
some
gently puts
big
her hand
pile of
on yours.
bones, and now Jayla is gone too.
Your friends earlier, they informed me of Jayla's unfortunate passing. We'll be holding we'll be holding a wake later on today. You're free to come by if you'd like. As for this talk of evil and bones, things like that, unfortunately, that's a bit out of my depth. It sounds like, however, whoever gave you that stone, it seems like there was purpose behind it. Now, I cannot say for certain, but we are only a few weeks' travel from the capital. You may be able to find more information there. That's where a lot, well, a lot smarter people are. And you may be able to find somebody who can tell you a bit more about this stone. And probably a bit more about what you may have seen. I'm sorry I can't be of much more help to you, miss. But, like I said, you're free to come to the wake later on today if you'd like.
Where's the capital?
The capital is about 2 weeks south from here. If you follow the river down, it should lead you to the port city of Murik. You can take a ferry across the lake to get to Zervalis. That is the capital.
Is there a ground route?
Is there a what?
A ground route?
As in a laywand. Laywand?
A bridge.
Land way.
Spoonerisms!
Fucking.
English hard.
Is there a hobble?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Humble right over there.
Technically, yes. But you would have to pass through the mountains to the west. Most people who head to the capital would just go to Murik and take a ferry across.
Which
It's
is
not
faster?
It's not a very long ferry ride. And the lake is rather calm, especially this time of year.
Is the ferry faster than the mountains?
Oh, by far.
And then she would kind of raise her hand, her head a little bit. Look at the stone and the string. She doesn't dispose of it.
Mhm.
Stands up and says that.
Well, I don't really know what's going on, but that woman killed Jayla. And kind people are hard to come by. You're kind as well.
Thank you.
What is your name?
My name is Amafrey. Amafrey Helder. What is your name?
AMAFREY.
Hang on, I will use
Yeah. Okay,
Boink,
sorry.
boink and boink.
I'm afraid Helder. Okay.
Yeah, Amafrey Helder. If you're interested in her description, she is an average height, pale skinned woman with jet black hair and gray eyes. Looks to be about 40s.
Pale skin, gray eyes.
Yes.
I can't fucking type. Pale skin, gray eyes, and what else? Middle age.
Yeah, looks about 40. Average height.
Okay.
She sits there and she kind of comfortingly puts her hands on your shoulders. I'm sorry for your loss, my dear.
My name's Willful. I normally go by Priscilla, but that's just something that my teacher told me to go by. Easier on the human fronts. But my name is Willful Tail.
A lovely name.
You too.
Thank you.
It's a warm name. I need to get cracking. If we ever meet again, feel free to call me Willful.
You can call me Appa. Anyway, if there's anything more I can do for you, you know where to find me. I have a few more preparations to make for Miss Jayla's death, passing, and her wake. So, if you will excuse me.
She nods and takes a couple steps back towards the downhill.
Okay. All right, so she just politely bow and then walk away. Okay. You sold your wolf pelts. You got that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there anything else you were looking for? Okay. All right. Well, you'd be done there. So, what are you currently doing?
Heading back to the
Okay, you head back to the end. Easy enough. All right, back to the three. Well, let's see. She stands up. Tell me, you three, are any of you from? And she just kind of like vaguely gestures. Here, Aurelia.
Is that the continent?
That's the continent.
I think we established last session that yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here from this continent. Yes.
Oh, that makes things so much
Come on.
easier. What about? I don't recall. Abonomaran and Hyde. Were you two from here or not?
I just said I was.
Sorry,
If
what was that?
I just said I was.
Okay.
You
Was
kind
it-
of mumble.
Yeah. What about you, Hyde? Did you determine whether or not you were from this particular continent or not?
Yes, but but Hyde's not responding to the question.
Okay. All right. Oh, that makes things so much easier. Anyway, as you know, as you are aware, this Aurelia is ruled by dragons. More specifically, well, But it is often our practice to sit there and make sure that for the safety of the people of our country, that a dragon is posted to any new settlements. It helps to keep nastier things at bay. Not all of them, mind you, but enough. If you haven't already guessed it, that would be me.
Well, that would
I,
certainly explain your
I,
demeanor.
yes, I am the current draconic representative of this little settlement. I have been since, well, about 4 months ago. However, we are told that we are merely supposed to watch, which is why
So,
that man was in charge. He
so
was the.
very non-interventionalist.
We try. We're mostly just here to keep our eyes peeled, make sure nothing bad happens. We have to protect our citizens after all.
Well, we have some news for you then,
Oh,
particularly with you being a dragon and all.
I'm sure you do. I felt something off about that cave, but unfortunately, my duty is to guard this village.
So I take it then you did not witness what happened, or rather what happened to fly away.
No, I was busy dealing with that human that was in charge. I knew something was wrong, but I've known something was wrong for the last few weeks. But unfortunately, given the laws and various rules in place, I was barred from acting. I sent a letter and just earlier today received a response giving me authority to take charge of the situation.
I see. Do you mind my asking what it was he was involved in?
No, he was involved in nothing more than being an incompetent oaf.
That might explain the. Olivine kind of pauses, looks around at the quite fancy office they're in. The state of the place.
No, no, no. That would be
Italy.
that would be my doing.
Well, that makes sense too. Olivine kind of grins.
We dragons do like our fancy baubles. Anyway, I sent him off to the capital this morning. Zimber.
Zimber and the wonderful, lovely lady who resurrected him was Aurelia.
How do you spell that?
Oralia. The dragon is Ximbyr.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
you wouldn't happen to know of a king from long past, a Zimber?
She thinks about it for a moment. No, I don't really remember. I'm not that old. I'm only about 300, 350 at this point. So I'm rather young for a dragon, but
Well, the bad feeling that you had the cave was for good reason. It would appear that it was the final resting place of an ancient king, a Zimber. Well, it would appear that some sorceress with necromancer abilities actually kind of
Resurrected her.
resurrected it.
I mean, resurrected him. Sorry. Slip of the tongue.
you're good.
Yes, and what you might have felt earlier was probably the thing waking up and, well, flying away.
Well,
So
that's
there is currently a undead dragon king from long past, somewhere about the continent, I suppose.
well, that certainly is distressing. she notices Hyde anxiously tapping her book, and she sits there and she picks it up and read. What about this little book, dear? Is it something I should know?
Not that book, the notebook.
Oh, the notebook. Oh, okay. What gives and takes away my authority? My authority? Oh, well, that's simple. The queen herself.
Oh, so despite your young age, you're quite stationed, aren't you?
Yes. Not all are. Well, there are some younger than us. Like I said, she tries to keep at least one or a few, depending on the size of the settlement, within the settlement's reach to keep the peace, act as a mediator, and protect it from anything that may go bump. As long as it's within our ability, of course. We're not on a suicide mission here.
Well, that makes me feel a lot better leaving the town in the state that it is, because I believe we handled the undead threat in the cave. So I don't think there's any more from there, but you never know with these sorts of things.
I will certainly keep my ears and eyes open.
Particularly with the source of said undead having vacated the premises.
Yes. She sits there and she steps back around her desk and she begins writing. I'm sure that the queen will want to know about this. I'm going to write you a letter. I'm going to write her a letter, and I'm going to give you. She sits there, and she's a very fast writer. She writes. You watch her just like you watch her pretty much write out as she's talking.
All of mine is impressed.
I'm going to send a letter ahead of you. I have a bit of a quicker method for getting mail out than most people around here, so it should reach the capital before you do. You should probably go there and tell her what you saw. She's going to need to know.
So
In
she'll be
business
expecting
there
us, yes?
anyway.
Oh, very much so. Also, it would be wise when you get there to seek her out immediately. If she knows you're coming, she would not appreciate, she may find it disrespectful for you to sidetrack yourselves.
Well, I certainly know
Mind
better than
me.
to keep the queen, waiting.
She sits there and she stops writing and she looks over at Hyde again. Yes, I had a similar dream. I had a similar dream. It is why the first thing I did was come here and send the mayor on his way.
Yes, that was the woman in the cave that we encountered that resurrected the dragon.
I see.
The dream was a lure.
Unfortunately, I don't recognize her personally. Oh no, not before I came here, little dear. It was actually just this morning that I had this little dream. I assume it was probably around the same time you did. I'm not sure why we all had that little dream, but it's safe to say that she wanted someone there.
She wanted people to bear witness to, quote, Her Majesty's rising.
An audience.
Audience there.
Of course. Well,
Imagine how these zealous types are.
yes.
Zealous types are.
Oh, she sits there and she reaches into her drawer and she hands Olivine. She hands you what looks kind of like a pass of some kind. That should get you on the ferry. That should get you on the ferry first thing. It'll also, when you get to Zervalis, if you show that to the guards, they will escort you to the queen herself. No questions asked.
Well, thank you very much. It is appreciated.
Oh, it's no problem.
Expediting the process is certainly welcomed.
I'd say more
Indeed.
like required at this point. Anyway, kind of finishes writing out the letter, seals it, puts stamps it, closed, and all that stuff, and she hands it to you as well. Oh no, she's mailing that. I don't know why she handed that. Never mind.
I think she's mailing that one. I'm
The
not.
post-
I ain't a very
Yeah.
fast delivery girl yet.
Yeah, no. Anyway, like I said, I will send this out ahead of you. Olivine, was it?
Yes.
I would like to apologize for the behavior of the individuals posted outside of this manor the other day.
Oh, to be fair, I was quite rude to them too, so I
That
suppose
is,
sounds about.
she sits there. No. Despite whether you were rude or not is irrelevant. I understand that they were hired as guards after the mayor became antsy about the general malaise surrounding the town, but that did not give them any excuse to treat you with such disrespect.
Well, I thank you.
It's not a problem. Anyway.
Also, I
So
would like
we had.
to.
Yes.
Sorry, I just would like to roll an insight check on everything she was talking about regarding her ties to the queen and her dream.
Go for it. Anyway, what you're gonna say, Olivia?
Oh, she was just gonna say to her, well, we had planned to stay then rest up for the evening and head in the morning, though given the current state of things and the seriousness, we should probably be on our way as soon as possible, I imagine.
More than likely. If you would like to stay, you are free to do so at the inn. No charge. I
It's still
understand.
early in the day. We can get some travel in.
That is your decision. You can tell that she is, given the way she's acting, you can tell that she is probably, that she is in some way essentially a government bureaucrat of some kind.
Very official.
She is official in her station. So whether she knows the queen personally or not, you can't tell. But she is, based on her demeanor and everything, she does seem like she's on the level and that she is official. As for the dream,
Okay.
It does not seem like she is lying about it.
So she is genuine. Is not.
She is, as far as you
anything.
can tell, she is genuine about having shared the dream that you guys did, and it doesn't seem as though she is withholding any information from you guys.
So, is there anything else that we should know before we head out?
Oh, yes. She reaches into another drawer, and she pulls out five bags. There were 5 of you, correct?
Yes.
That would be correct.
She hands one to each of you 3, and then, she hands the last 2 to Abanamru. A bit of a reward for your assistance here.
So we'll be on our way to find the others. They probably are back in the inn.
Do make sure that they get their fair share. I'm sure they were helpful in this endeavor as well, and I would hate for them to go unrewarded.
Of course.
Also, do say hello to that little kitty of that little cat friend of yours. She's rather entertaining.
She's actually rather down, what with the passing of Jayla.
Oh. Wait. Jayla.
Oh, that's right. We had not mentioned that. My apologies.
She had went to go investigate it as well. Got killed by some zombies there, and attacked us in her zombified state there.
Yes, it would seem that shortly after the dream that we all shared, she went to investigate the cave by herself. Why, I'm not so sure. But she seemed to have encountered some zombies and unfortunately succumbed to the wounds after defeating them. And when we had arrived, she had just recently turned. and we unfortunately had to put her to rest again. But that's not the odd part about it. Is on our way out of the cave, we had planned to take her body and bring it back here. However, where she was, well, it was missing. No signs of it being dragged off or anything of the sort. It was just as if it just vanished.
It is concerning.
I figured we should probably let you know about that. Something for you to keep an eye out.
She
There may
she
still
opens
be a
the
threat.
letter. She opens the letter again. I'm going to have to amend this.
I'm really sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's a shame about Jayla, though. She was such a nice girl. I liked her. She was always fun.
Well, then we shall be on our way then and inform the others of our discussion and shall distribute the rewards and be on our way to the capital shortly, assuming the others are good to travel.
Indeed. I will have to sit. I will have to sit there and inform the villagers of the change of leadership.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, ma'am.
Oh, it is a pleasure meeting all of you. I'm glad we happened to meet. See?
Something you should know.
Oh, what is that little girl? What is that little bird? Would you happen to know anything about the city of Vara? She thinks for a moment. I suppose that'll have to be as comforting a thought as any.
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check here. Make sure I know what that is before I have.
It's because we never established it.
I know, it's okay.
Whoops.
So if I recall, Verum is where you come from, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
I just made it up right now.
That's fine. She sits there and she looks like she's thinking, Verum. I believe I've heard the name, but I can't say I know anything about it, little bird. Why do you ask?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, if you'll excuse me, I unfortunately have to, well, I suppose this is the fun part, depending on how you look at it.
Work is never done.
Yes.
Well, perhaps we shall meet you again sometime. But until then, you have a good one.
You as well, and safe travels to the capital.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
Allwine gives a small curt bow and heads out of the room and heads downstairs.
Okay. So
Nods
where do
and
you
follows.
Where do you guys go? Do you head
We
back
go to
again?
the inn suspecting that they're probably there. And if not,
Okay.
we wait there.
All right, yeah, there you find them there. That dude who was there before, at this point it's lunch rush, so he's running around like crazy. People are getting angry at him.
Allwine kind of thinks, rations, maybe they're not so bad.
Yeah, relatively flavorless things is better than burnt stuff.
Better than burnt, yeah.
Yeah. You walk in.
Bland
You
is
walk
better
in.
than burnt.
Yeah, you walk in and he sits there and he looks at you and is like, take a seat somewhere.
We'll scan the crowd for familiar faces.
Yeah, it's not too hard to find Priscilla and Varys.
They're a little conspicuous.
Yeah, they don't exactly blend in.
I mean, Priscilla would have gone and backed her, like gone to the room and like gotten her key and like she would have deposited everything to the front desk already, essentially checked out.
Okay.
Are the two sitting together?
Are you?
Where are you sitting, Varys?
Darkest corner, I guess.
There
Sorry,
it is.
Lord alert.
The darkest corner she can find in the middle of the afternoon.
Varys, you hear a echo in your mind saying, in Alvine's voice, if you can come outside to the front, we have some important news. And Alvine would do the same to Priscilla and head outside.
Do you respond at all?
Priscilla looks extremely confused. She kind of perks up and her ears twitch a couple times.
It's like, I heard that, but I didn't heard that.
Do you respond at all?
I
to
heard
it?
that, but I
And-
didn't heard that.
and on the ball of her I guess foot paw. I don't know.
Her feet.
Feet. She does a 360 on the wooden bench as she jumps up and then sees Olivine and the group and heads outside as well. Kind of just in a half hurry.
Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
Alvine
Then I
will
don't do it.
wave the others to follow
I don't do it.
and head down by the water.
Just relaxing on the shore. On the shore.
Hurry up, kitty.
Why? Because
Priscilla just spaces out, looking at butterflies outside.
Sounds very
Oh,
cat-like.
shiny thing. Ooh, piece
Sorry,
of
what?
candy.
Had to do something. What's up?
You're good.
Get your snoof over here.
Yeah, get your
What?
get your snoof over here.
Okay.
Death by
I thought-
Snoof Snoof.
Alvine retrieves
going on?
the pass from her pack. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that we have an audience with none other than the Queen.
So, the capital?
Yes,
Yeah.
the innkeeper, surprisingly, but at the same time, not really surprisingly, given her
Before-
demeanor,
yeah.
she is actually, well, a dragon.
Before you can say a dragon, Priscilla would like to attempt to grapple the pass from Olivine's hand.
Roll athletics. No, roll sleight of hand. Roll sleight of hand, and if you want to try to, if you're trying not to be overt about it, because you're trying to like yoink it. Olivine, you can roll either athletics or acrobatics. It's up to you.
Yeah. No, she's not hiding this. She's in a she just wants. She's excited
She
to get
wants
the
it.
news.
It must be mine!
Silly greedy kitty.
Ooh. Ooh.
23.
Ooh.
That's a 23.
Yeah.
Okay, now where's
Now we just
Where's your
need
roll?
Olivine's.
acrobatics or athletics?
Yeah, sure call. Let's see. That.
Well, Well, you're
Yeah,
not
you
hanging
go-
on to it.
Yeah, you go to like you see her like jump and you go to like pull it away and she's just like nah! she now you now have the pass, Priscilla.
Alvine kind of looks at her hands where the pass was for a moment and just shrugs. Be careful with that. That is extraordinarily valuable.
So-
It's what will get us into the audience.
So this gets to the capital?
That gets us to the Queen.
Her eyes light up, and she looks south. And she kind of does like tippy taps with her feet, so that she jumps about like not even tippy taps, but like because of the power in her legs, she like essentially like raises up like almost by a foot every time she does it. And
Well, you just be careful with that.
Yeah.
Olivine
You go.
clears her throat.
Capital's there. Capital's there. The south. Let's go.
Yes.
Capital's there.
The innkeep, she was actually the dragon looking over the city who had essentially unseated the mayor due to his, well, frankly, his incompetence, which we can all attest to.
hey, Olivine. Priscilla drops the pass from shock.
Would
Oh,
like
as
to
she-
stop.
as
Catch
she
it before it
plans-
hits the ground.
As she
Roll
plans
roll
to
the
the ground,
acrobatics.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. Okay, this is good.
Expect-
Well,
Natural 18.
Okay.
23.
So you mean to tell me that a dragon was trying to lure us to bed?
Olivine
What are you
kind of
talking about?
her eyebrow twitches like a little bit. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
What did
Her eye
what did
just
you
twitches
say,
again.
Oh
Missy?
God! Everyone's going for it.
You're telling me a dragon was trying to lure us to bed? Was that what you said?
Yeah, that's what she said because that she was.
You're
There
on
were,
the line, but you're not wrong.
yeah. Right. So essentially, what happens is Heidi's like, huh, and that like has to jump to go and grab it, and then fucking Abenomer's just watching, and he's like, oh shit, and then Olivine goes, and she's like, huh, and essentially what happens is fucking Hyde jumps and grabs it before it hits the ground, and then Olivine kind of like lands on like almost like sort of like trips and lands on top of her, and then Abenomeron ends up on top of the both of them after having sat there and also lunged to try to grab this pass. So now
Olivine's just like,
fucking Hyde is being smushed by a halfling and a goddamn elf.
Gets off.
Olivine crawls off too. Sorry. Hide, you keep that safe.
Dirty
Keep
bird.
that safe.
Dirty. You're now covered in dirt. You're a dirty bird.
Dirty bird.
Great.
I feel like I've seen something where that came from before.
Olivine clears her throat. Well, anyway, perhaps maybe we shouldn't wait on our travel because we have, well, royalty waiting for us.
Well, time waits for no one, so...
So shall we be off then? She specifically stated that she wants all of us to see and speak with her. Oh, and Abenemron, I believe you have something for these two.
Oh yeah. Distributes the reward bags or whatever.
Okay.
What was in those, by the way?
Never
I
looked.
already. Yeah,
We didn't look.
I have already gone through at least on the what's its face? Sorry, the foundry thing, and I have added it to your. Essentially, each bag had 100 gold pieces in it.
Okay.
So I've already added it to all of yours, except yours,
it's there.
Olivine, because I feel like you had 100 before you got it, and then I saw you had 130, and I was like, wait, what?
I'm a rogue that rolled high on my gold star.
Okay, so yeah, so you have Jesus. Okay, you have
I had deep
230
pockets.
gold pieces. You you have 230 gold pieces. But yeah, each bag had 100 gold pieces in it. It's already been added to your foundry thing, so
Yeah, I was surprised when I rolled my gold. I was like, damn, I've never started that much before. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I normally roll trash for starting gold. It's like, oh, you start with 30 gold, and it's like, oh, great, I can get a Snickers.
that's a lot of Snickers.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that
maybe
would be
not
a-
Snickers, but yeah.
Back in my school, we were selling like Snickers, and I used to eat them all the time, like in like a student kiosk. And like once they had this like giant bag of 150 Snickers, I bought it for $5. Best purchase
Damn.
ever. When I was like 14, and then like the entire class consumed them.
I was gonna say, I
And
hope you
never
didn't
stood a
eat them
chance.
all in one go.
And that is how I got diabetes.
I only
That's
ate
how
10
I
of them.
met. That's how I met Walter Brimley.
Yeah, that's how I met Walter Brimley.
Diabetes.
Uh,
With that, unless anyone else has something we need to do, I believe we will be on our way.
All right, so
except,
you make
except,
your...
no. Well, hold,
Yep.
right.
No, right. One more thing. Hyde says one
You
more
never
thing.
acknowledged it. I was just waiting.
Okay, no, what's up?
She taps Olivine's back. As she's
Olvine
starting
turns
to,
to hide.
and then you see her just rapidly scribbling something in your book. One more thing first, and then she scribbles some more.
Eat
and-
scribble.
But before she shows you that, she then starts searching through her bag for a moment before she picks up a book. A different book that is almost entirely blank, except the cover has the letter G on it. And the back
Olvine raises
has a
an eyebrow
symbol,
at it.
and then she hands it to you.
Does Olvine have any idea what this is?
Ooh, just a minute, I gotta change my band-aid. Actually, what time is it? Alright.
Should I take a break?
Yeah, let's take a 15. Well, Rosie, how's your food coming along? Is it like how much longer until we need to do that?
Probably half an hour. About.
Okay, yeah,
So
just
shall
give
we
me
take
like
a break then?
just give me like 2 minutes to grab a band-aid.
Okay,
Okie dokie.
we can go for half an hour before we take a break.
I think he's gonna have us take a break when your food is there.
Yep.
Yep.
It's much more convenient that way.
Yeah, that's
What's
what I'm
that?
saying. That's what I'm saying. I'll get food in half an hour.
Yeah, much more convenient. I said.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'll fix my shit.
Yeah. Bob has 31 candy bars. He eats 29 of them. What does he have now? Diabetes.
Okay. What's the symbol of Rosie? Because
The
I don't
I
think
mean,
there was
not
a symbol.
okay. I'm gonna describe the symbol as a pile of bones with a flower growing out from it.
Okay.
What- Olvine
You
recognized the
are-
symbology.
You are free to roll religion or history. Different answers depending on which one you roll.
That's a 17 history.
It looks vaguely familiar, but you can't entirely place it.
Olvine takes the book and just kind of looks at it oddly. What is this?
She just motions towards it, and then mimics opening a book.
Olvine shrugs and opens to the first page. What does she see?
Inside, she sees what looks like almost a poem.
This is a little slut of a man. Scaramouche, scaramouche.
And it reads. Let's see. I think I posted. It essentially reads what I posted before, just to kind of read. I know I posted it in here. It essentially it reads, the little limerick or poem or whatever you want to call it about Zimber. Which here I will post it a bit closer down because I don't think there's a way to pin messages down here.
Where did you find this?
Well, yep, there.
Olvine's going to read ahead to see if there's anything else in it. And as
Right.
she's doing that, just kind of walk west towards, heads to town.
Yeah, you're just kind of looking through. You don't it's bizarre. Like every other page is completely blank except for that first one.
I suspect that there might be something magical in regards to the rest of the pages.
Possibly. Okay. So
Any
you
telltale
all,
sign
yeah.
that I might be able to look for?
You kind of cut out there a little bit, so could you say
Oh,
it
I
again?
was saying, would there be like any telltale signs that I might be able to look for if I might suspect that maybe there's something magically written here that can't be seen with the naked eye?
There's one thing that you also neglected to mention, Aina,
Hmm.
and that's before that poem. There's a single line that only says the lie before it.
Right, the delight bit.
The what?
Yeah. Essentially, the first page at the very top, it just says Delay, which is the village that you're currently in. Then there a little bit down the page, there's the poem.
And
Very interesting.
and if
Hi,
you
do you mind
turn
if I
to
hang on to this for now? I want to have somebody take a look at it.
she starts to shake her head vigorously.
Okay then. Well, I'll take a quick look at it then, see if there's anything magic about the book before
Arcana.
returning it.
Give me that Arcana.
It's what she's written down in a notebook. When you
That is a 16.
You've heard that there's magic that can hide writing, but unfortunately, you don't really have the means to actually be you've heard of several methods of hiding writing in a book and stuff like that.
But no obvious signs by the looks of
there's
it.
no obvious signs of magic, and without it's beyond you currently to sit there and be able to figure out if anything else is written in there or anything.
Alwyn shrugs and passes the book back to Hyde and continues walking.
have you read what she's written in the notebook?
Yeah, she took a look at that and then gave it to you.
Okay.
Very well. So if I mind, I might take a look at it later at the Capitol, or have somebody else take a look at it if you don't mind. No harm will be done to it, and I'll return it right back to you. That book has me curious.
Don't mind. Curious.
Thank you.
And then you see her quickly scribble.
Who knows? Maybe it'll have some clues for you in there too. No, I can't say that I have. I don't know enough about this sort of magic to see if maybe there's anything there. But given the spacing and the several empty pages, very oddly, I think it's worth looking to see if there's something hidden here magically. And I might know somebody at the Capitol that could take a look at it.
Hyde
Though
nods.
after our audience,
Hyde nods, and then she looks towards the other members of the anti-spooks crowd, Habanimron and Varys.
Anti-spooks crowd.
Even though they were the ones who were spooked.
Well,
it's
funny
just
how
a
that
we
big
were
works.
reason.
spooked. We knew what was going on.
It's not that we were spooked, it's that we knew we were over our heads.
Are either of them paying attention to this exchange?
I bet Amron was listening, but that's about it.
Yeah, same with Ferris.
Okay.
Yeah, we're currently walking to the edge of town right now.
Hey.
Probably not paying the most attention.
She just kind of
Okay.
before you go, Varys, she just kind of she looks at you and takes and just holds up her book and just points toward it with her other hand, not the notebook, and just kind of tilts her head. And she stops pointing and just looks at you expectantly.
I think she's asking if you might have any means to assess if this has any magical secrets hidden to it. Or something to that degree.
Check it over. He takes the book.
Okay, roll Arcana.
Natural 19. Well done.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You're given the situation and all that stuff. You're pretty sure there's some sort of magical enchantment on the book. What kind, you're not 100% sure of. But if there's more text in here, then the only way you're going to be able to figure out what it is to either figure out what causes more text to be written in. So essentially figure out the trigger, or find somebody who has magic that would allow them to see like an illusory script or magical writing. It's not something you can perceive with normal vision.
Okay. There is something magical about this book.
Oh, so there is
Unfortunately,
something
I
to it.
can't read what is there. If
Well-
it is there. There is something that triggers more to appear. And until we find out what the trigger is, we won't be able to read further. Bears hands the book back.
Given the ominous poem about our new dragon friend, it might be worth looking into after our audience.
Question is, did it appear before or after the events happened?
That's a very good question. Hyde, do you know?
Now she starts to say, now she hears Avarice saying, she says, after.
Okay, that is very concerning then. We will most definitely need to get this thing checked out to see if we can see any more of it.
So it gave you the name of the place, but not the events until the events happened.
So the poem showed up about Zimber after his resurrection.
After his resurrection.
That is an ominous book.
Whoever created it was probably looking for something. Looking for some sort of sign.
I'm sorry, what did Varys just say?
Whoever created the book was probably looking for some sort of sign of something to come to pass. Some sort of warning.
What are you looking at? Is that book that special?
Yes. It had some text show up that wasn't there before when we entered the cave. And it's about this Zimber that was resurrected.
Oh, the Zimbabwe, the Zimape? Ape, and yeah, something.
Yes, the dragon.
Oh, was that a dragon?
Yes, the skeletal dragon.
You know,
And
the
her
big
eyes light
one
up.
that flew away.
I've never seen one before. It looks so cool, but that lady was not nice.
Albright just gives Priscilla the most deadpan expression ever.
You realize that the dragon is minimum in league with that witch, right?
Probably. That's why both of them need to die.
It's beyond probably.
Need to die. Hold on, let me do it
How
again.
many
Need
weird
to
things?
die. There you
Yeah, need to
There's-
die. Well, you heard her. Fucking
That can be
sword.
arranged.
Draws her,
If you're
draws
so
a sword.
eager to die, we'll be happy to oblige.
Well, that was the plan in the first place.
And after mimicking
Many
Priscilla,
weird
she just taps
things.
her shield.
That book and this my crystal as well. They said that there's something weird about it.
And she takes it out.
Well, that can be
So what's unusual about
checked
this?
out over there also.
Something weird about it.
Can Olivine take a look at
Hmm.
this thing and see if she knows what it is?
Sure. I mean,
I
if,
went
if you're
and
willing to.
spoke. I went and spoke at the church to try and figure out if I could find anything about Jayla, but
Might I
they
take a
said
look
that-
at that gemstone?
uh, sure. It hasn't been this warm before.
And she gives it with both her paws to Olivine. Actually, she's crouched down because she just managed to scoop herself up from the dirt and muck.
Yeah. You notice that it's warm to the touch, and looking closely at it, you notice that there is a faint light in the center of it.
Well,
You
that's
see that?
certainly not normal.
Is it some kind of weird stone?
Is there anything I roll to try to surmise what the fuck this thing is?
You can
I was
roll
just-
either investigation or arcana.
Might I as well?
Sure.
Priscilla
I'm going
has
to-
no fucking idea on these, so
I'm going to take out my handy dandy new magnifying glass, because this is exactly what it's for, and take a close look at it so I can get advantage.
Ugh. Coming into play.
It only started shining in that weird cave place. So
You can roll reroll
That's
that.
why I
My
want-
No,
goodness.
thank you.
Natural 18.
Good halflings.
Yeah, you have
23.
no idea what's going on with this fucking thing.
Oh,
Olivine.
damn.
Olivine shrugs and hands it back.
Olivine, however,
Oh.
you can tell that it's there's something strange about this stone. You can't immediately. You're not 100% sure what it is about it, but this isn't normal. There's something special about this stone. You've seen you've come across similar things, but this one's a little different.
So, what nature of other things that I've seen that's similar to it, despite this being different?
You've come across stones that tend to seem to generate their own heat, or that do shed light. But normally the stones like that are like, oh hey, it's like a stone that emits light, like a
Oh,
torch,
This is
or
different.
or a stone that is warm, or a stone that is typically like not warm to the touch, but like hot, typically something that would be used by certain smithies and stuff like that.
Okay.
This doesn't seem like this, like I said, it's similar, but given the fact that it's just like kind of warm and there's a faint light in the center, you're not sure if it's related or not.
Well, I can't say I know exactly what this is, but I can tell you this much, that it's rather unique. It's special. You should most certainly hang on to this.
Rather unique.
And Olivine will
special.
hand it back.
Special.
it started shining back in the cave. After the woman disappeared and that pile of bones flew away, then I felt it was warm. It's never done this before.
I wonder if it reacts to magic.
and she just kind of like does this kind of like weird small tantrum with her paws while holding onto the crystal or the gemstone, and then she flops her arms back down and goes,
I don't know. It's all weird and complicated. Yeah.
Well, regardless, most certainly should hang on to that.
Hyde just kind of pats you on the side a little awkwardly.
That's one more thing we can figure out at the capital.
Let's go.
Complicated.
Yes, we shall be on our way then. And with that, we are on our way.
Okay, as you begin to head down towards the western exit to the city, as you get to around here, the little crossroads, you kind of walking down that way. You notice at around this point, there is now just kind of sitting there in the middle of the road talking to some individuals, a rather large blue dragon. I told you she was a dragon.
Allvine kind of puts her hands
I'm
on her hips.
aware.
Well, I wonder who this could possibly be.
She was a dragon.
She just says with a smirk.
I hide.
Okay, roll your hide.
Well,
Now you know
there
why.
was a dragon.
Now you know why she's been able to find you every fucking time.
Not the variety of dragon I was thinking.
Scylla
Well,
would
this
like
is a
would like to
blue
roll
dragon.
attack.
It is a blue dragon. What was that? What was that?
Priscilla would like to run up with her feet, and then as she's getting close, she realizes how fucking huge this thing is, and
Yeah!
then run back and climb atop this building right here.
Okay, yeah, you just
To try and
you watch
hide.
Priscilla fucking bolt towards this thing, and like you watch her look like she's gonna get ready to punch this damn thing, and then you watch her slow down as she gets closer, turn around and bolt back and climb up a building. Roll stealth.
That's a
Wait,
fucking cat.
Wait, why doesn't it? Oh, and to double click. That's why.
Such a cat.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's safe to
It's a
say
7.
that she's never seen a dragon before.
Yeah, she sees you. She's just like, she sits there and she looks at you and like she sees you coming and she looks in your direction and she gives you this like big toothy dragon smile and then
Yeah,
she
Priscilla's
sees you
gone.
slow down
Mission
and
abort mission.
bolt back. And she looks kind of confused.
Also,
Like,
you reminded me of
if-
that
if-
scene from K-Cross.
If
mission.
like anyone normal looks from the dragon's direction, they just see a pair of ears flop very frantically, just kind of twitch.
Yeah.
As like there's nothing else visual, just the top of like the fur on the top of her head and the pair of ears just kind of like. And what Hyde and everyone else sees is a big cat hugging onto her quarterstaff, just kind of shaking back and forth, muttering something to herself.
Questioning her life decisions right now.
Yeah, it's great. I imagine her entire thing, the entirety of her would be floofed.
Floofing.
She's just floofing. Just
Floofers.
floofing.
The snoof is floof.
Yeah.
What I do?
Allvine approaches the dragon lady and kind of looks up to her. Well, hello. What brings you out in this form?
Well, I figured it was probably better that people know who they're going to be dealing with from here on out.
Well, certainly drives the point home of serious business.
Well, at least now they'll hopefully be a bit more at ease knowing there's somebody with a bit more oomph behind them, watching out for them.
Hyde
This
gets
is
up
true.
from hiding in the grass, amidst the grass or whatever else is nearby, and just kind of looks up at the dragon in front of her.
Well, we are on our way then to the capital.
Yes. Safe
Blinking a
travels.
Good luck. Allvine gives a small wave as she walks by, continuing on the path.
She just kind of waves.
Varys just like avoids her.
Yeah, just like, okay.
gives the dragon a wide berth.
Yeah, she's distracted. That's a chance.
You see Hyde with you see Hyde with her book out, and it's just one word across an entire page going big.
Big. Yes, very big. Priscilla's still,
That's a big dragon.
Priscilla's just still stuck up on the roof.
No. At this point, as she sees the others like walk westward, she just kind of peeks over the apex of the roof, and kind of just like eyes wide, just two bright yellow blobs, just like peer over to look at this fucking dragon in the middle of the road, just like. Just very confused.
She sits there, she looks over at you, and she just gives you another really big fucking toothy dragon grin and just kind of waves at you.
Cool.
Priscilla
At
seeing
Priscilla, because she sees Priscilla, she knows she's there.
Priscilla climbs down with her head downwards down the side of the building, and and turns around, and with her front facing the dragon, she just constantly waves while jogging backwards towards west, increasing in speed gradually.
Yeah.
Hyde catches up and just goes, Priscilla, and then looks towards Leland. Leland just goes, thank you, and then dashes off as well.
Okay. Yeah, she looks a little disappointed when you sit there and just kind of fuck off without saying hello. But she's talking to other people, so.
Priscilla's fucking terrified.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Nope.
Yeah, nope.
Let's take care.
Yeah.
She's not giving a fuck.
Yeah. No, she's just like, nope.
And Hyde does
With that-
wave. And Hyde does wave as she says thank you.
She would have waved back.
Yeah.
And we are on our way.
Yes, you are. Okay, so we will. About how long do you think it will take for you to do your food thing, Rosie?
Around 20 minutes. Because I
Okay,
don't like
so
to choke on my food.
Fair enough. I don't know many people